viewers, you are watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. Djibouti Coast Guard and European Naval Forces Atlanta join forces. On the regional scenes, UNICEF sounds the alarm of devastations inflict on children, climate shock. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom on the sidelines of the fifth regional meeting of the International Solar Alliance for the region of Africa that held in Kigali, the Rwanda capital. The Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, Mr. Yunus Ali Gedi, yesterday met with his Somali and Ethiopian counterparts. On the first side, the Minister of Energy, Yunus Ali Gedi, met with his counterpart, the Minister of Energy and Water in Federal Republic of Somalia, Mr. Jama Abbas. During the meeting, the two ministers discussed bilateral relation and existing cooperation between the two countries. Secondly, the Minister of Energy, Yunus Ali Gedi, also met with the Minister of State in charge of Energy Development in Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. The discussion between the two parties were focused mainly on a friendly relation and cooperation, the multi-phase relation between Djibouti and Addis Ababa, especially the fruitful strategy partnership, the fight of energy that links the two brotherly and friendly countries. The commander of the Coast Guard, Djibouti Coast Guard, received Colonel Wais Omar Bokore on Thursday, August 30, the commander of European Naval Forces Atlanta, on a working visit. The meeting took place in the Hall of Honor of the regional of the General Administrations of Djibouti Coast Guard. The mission of the Atlanta forces within the European Naval Forces is to confront threats of maritime piracy in the Gulf of Aden and the Indian Ocean. The commander of Djibouti Coast Guard took this opportunity to brief his guests on mission, the achievement of the Djiboutian Coast Guard foundations and rules it plays in cooperation with partners, those involved in enhancing maritime security and safety at the national and regional levels, especially in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait and the Gulf of Aden. The meeting concluded with an exchange of gifts between the officials, in addition to taking a souvenir family picture in memories of the visit. This morning, the regular General Assembly of the Regional Council was held in Ali Sabeh region in the conference hall at the Regional Council headquarters. This session, in which local official and elected official participated, was chaired by the chairman of the Regional Council, Mr. Sharmaki Hassan. This is the fourth regional assembly of Ali Sabeh Regional Council. It represents a return to politics at the level. This fourth gathering of regional official and elected official begin by reading verses from the Holy Quran. The honor was recited by the national anthem, followed by a speech by the president of the regional council session. Each pair to receive a copy of regional development plan for the regional council, accompanied by an important message in accordance with the content of regional development plan. Each participant receive a copy of regional development plan for the regional and have important message for this agenda was also announced a vote on a regional regulating how to customize selling platform into a new market that will be opening soon. for the district of Ali Sabih region. The president of the regional council delivered a speech at the beginning of which he welcomed all attendees, recalling that this session represents an important step in our commitment, he said, to promoting development and process in our region. He continued by saying, "Your presence here bears witness to your dedication to serving the interests of our communities, and I would like to thank for the active and constructive participation. This measure aims to ensure optimal and effective use of resources while enhancing local stakeholders' engagement. We are convinced that this regulatory framework it will enhance our ability to implement projects that will achieve economic growth for our region," he concluded. Sport file in Ali Adi, the conclusion of summer tournament incomplete in Ali Adi district witness the conclusion of a summer competition organized by the Association of Ali Adi Youth in the partnership with the Ministry of Youth and Culture. The event was attended by the Deputy Assistant Governor in Ali Adi and the Deputy Regional Director to the Ministry of Youth and Sport, regional and local elected official, and other guests, many fans coming from the district of Ali Adi. This supporting events contribute to developing of bands of brotherhood among Djiboutian youths and refugees for in addition to strengthen friendship and brotherhood. This sporting event brought together more than 200 young people divided into 16 team region. The stadium located in this area hosted the final stage and qualified football where the team from 6 groups played the one of the best team from fourth group with a score of 3 goals to 1. The final match ended with the presentation of prizes and medals. And now the occasion of a conclusion of a 2023 summer competition was held in Umar Jaga district. It include football, pancake, boats, games, and traditional games, which were organized in Umar Jaga Youth Association for the cooperation with the Ministry in addition of the cooperation of the Ministry of Youth and Culture, the goals of this entertainment tournament, which began on August 4, 2023, which served to entertain young people through fun and at the same time improving sports activities. This event gathered a large audience to follow this summer competition. The competition took place in an atmosphere conducive to participation and friendly meeting. The event witnessed the participation of the Governor of Arta Region, Hassan Dabali, and the Director of Regional Office of the Ministry of Youth and Culture, Mr. Suleiman Ahmed Abdi, in addition to many other guests attended the events. In his speech on this occasion, the Prefect of Arta region, Mr. Hassan Dabali, praised the team performance who demonstrate an amazing abilities and shine during the participation of this summer competition, expressing his thanks and appreciation to all the organizer of these tournaments, said the Prefect. Under the sponsorship of the State Secretariat for Sport, the ADL Association conducted the summer tournament in the neighborhood of Wahlidaba with the participation of about the 20 team from the neighborhood of Wahlidaba. This tournament represent a unique a unique event for the local community. Following final match was held between the club and the internal rival. The scores of the three goals to one brace. The event witnessed the participation of the Deputy Director of National Sport Agency, Mr. Ahmed Ali, and Director of a Sport Complex, Mr. Isa Ahmed. The participation of this figure reflects the importance given to these sporting events. And now moving on to the regional scenes. The United Nations warns of the effect of climate change on youth and children in Africa. UNICEF said that children in Africa are among the most vulnerable groups impact on climate change, yet they are fully neglected in terms of financing needed to help them adapt, survive, and respond to the climate crisis. In a report issued on Friday, the UN agency classified children into 48 out of 49 African countries access as being at a high or a very high risk to impact of climate change based on their exposure to climate and environmental shocks. Still on continental scenes in South Africa, at least 73 people, including children, were killed in a fire that broke out every night, the overnight, so Wednesday and Thursday, in a five-story building in central Johannesburg, according to the city's emergency service. In Johannesburg, emergency service spokesman Mr. Roberts said that there is so far 73 dead and 52 people with minor injuries were transferred to various hospitals. The authorities previously report the death of at least seven children. The fire include a child under 2 years old. The wounded, including people suffering from smoke inhalation, were transported to receive treatment while search operation continue as the rescued in the building. Moving on to the international scenes, the European People's Party leader said that European Union must work with Tunisia to reduce the number of illegal immigrants while respecting their rights to dignity, humanity, and our approach is clear. We must respect human rights. We must respect dignity, humanity for every migrant. But on the other hand, we must combat non-immigration's legitimacy, confirmed to leaders of European rights in July. The European Union concluded a controversial agreement worth more than 700 million euros with Tunisia, with the aim of supporting the country's economic and reducing illegal immigration legitimacy to Europe. On this amount, 105 million euros will be allocated to finance control measures such as operation to combat smugglers' border management. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.